Welcome to Week and Geek, your new comics preview for December 24th, Christmas Eve. I'm Mike Ortiz.
And I'm the Chris Brown. Hey, Merry Christmas, everybody.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, whatever it is that you're celebrating on this day. And you know what? Just be good to everybody. And if someone says Happy Holidays and you don't like it, suck it up.
Happy winter solstice holiday of your choice.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a good thing. We're excited, and we've got books on the 24th, and we're allowed to sell them here on Christmas Eve. We don't have a lot of books.
Yeah, it's a light week.
But we got some books. I'm going to start off here with, this is an unusual one for me. However, it's kind of an unusual week.
Yeah.
And it also is a writer that I like. So we've got Origin 2. This is the sequel to the Paul Jenkins written Wolverine story that they did many, many years ago. This is written by Kieran Gillen with art by Adam Kubert. I like Kieran Gillen. I think he's done
did the art
some...
on the first one, didn't he?
I think so, but it was also painted, though, by Richard Eisenoff, or whatever, over it. It looks pretty good. This first issue is just sort of a real light intro. Essentially, this is shortly after Wolverine, whatever his real name was, that had James Howlett. Yeah, before James Howlett, or right after James Howlett has to leave there's a period of time where he's living with wolves. He's hanging out. He's kind of living as a creature, and he's a member of their family, and he's kind of doing that, and he's a part of the pack. And something happens, and then he comes out and he's pissed. So I'm sure it's going to get somewhere next, and it's we're reminded of things that happened in the past, and it was pretty well written. Not a lot happened, but it was a nice introspective look at a moment of time in Logan's life,
and
James Howlett's life.
Marvel has brought back the acetate.
Acetate covers. It's like 90s all over again. It actually looks pretty good.
Yeah,
I don't know if that's like a Mr. Sinister thing they got going on there, and if that's going to play in.
I understand it. It may well be.
So, all right, kind of cool, man. Yeah. Kind of cool.
Well, I'm going to start off with Justice League number 26. This is Jeff Johns, Ivan Reis. Again, one of my favorite artists right now. We had, in the last issue, we had the origin of the Owl, Owlman. Before that, we had the origin of Ultraman. And in this one, we've got the origins of Johnny Quick and Power Ring.
Oh,
we get to see a little bit of that. I like how this Justice League book is just kind of fleshing out stuff that's going on in Forever Evil. I mean, they're tying in events, kind of go back and forth. And at the end of this one, I believe is this where it happens? No, that's not where it happens. But anyway, we also get the origin of Deathstorm, the Firestorm thing. So yeah, they've been basically giving us the origins plus a few other little hints here and there, a few things that are going on that are kind of will affect the next book that I'm going to talk about, which is Forever Evil number 4. This is Lex Luthor and Batman teaming up to take down these.
So the heroes are back to some degree.
Batman is back. Batman did not get taken out with the other heroes. He somehow escaped. Batman and Cyborg, I think, are left, and the rest are off in the Firestorm Matrix or something. They're presumed dead, and they're almost kind of dead because they're not in this dimension. But we've got Luthor, and we've got Bizarro, and we've got Captain Cold, and some of the other rogues, basically having to play hero and defend their planet from this invasion, while the villains are doing their thing. This was a really good book. Batman has a Sinestro Corps ring that he found,
which we've seen before.
Which I guess in the Sinestro Corps War, at least to some extent, happened in the New 52, and he was able to get a ring out of it. And then at the very end, we get Sinestro showing up, who has been absent since the end of Jeff Johns' run. And he's not too happy with these guys either. So, we're going to get some good villain-on-villain fights.
Cool.
All of this stuff is Jeff Johns with some great artwork by Ivan Reis and Justice League and Dave Finch here. DC has been getting a lot of crap really since the launch of the New 52.
Pretty much.
And if you were to just listen to what people say on the internet, you would think absolutely nobody likes DC Comics. I'm really enjoying where their universe is. It's not what it was before, but it's not what it was. That universe wasn't what it was 20 years before that.
Right.
And 20 years from now, the people who absolutely love this, they're going to be bitching and complaining too. But I really like this stuff. I think they've been doing a good job of reinventing their self and their tone, and it's alienated a lot of people, but a lot of people have gotten excited by it too.
But the characters that we all liked before, those that are complaining about the New 52, well, you know what? Those characters alienated someone before.
Yeah.
It's just the way it goes.
Yeah, I actually saw somebody, just a quick aside, somebody complaining about the new Lobo on Facebook, and I was kind of like, well, since I kind of hated the old Lobo, this is actually a plus. So,
and the old Lobo's still there, though. Like, they're saying that this guy had his name taken by... Yeah. So they're trying to manipulate it and just make something different. Okay, whatever. Yeah.
If it works and people respond, it sticks. If it doesn't, it'll change. It's comics, people. Have you not been through this?
Yes. This isn't our first rodeo.
You're right.
So after that huge stack, that brings me to my top pick. Yeah. Just like that, we're at the top pick. I am looking at, this is a creator-owned book, number 1 from Image Comics, The Saviors by James Robinson and J-Bone. It's all black and white. It's a bit, J-Bone's artwork's a little bit cartoony. And it is all written by James Robinson. We love James Robinson. We liked his Earth 2 stuff. Mm-hmm. And, of course, I'm a big Starman fan. And just an all-around good dude. This here is kind of strange. It kind of starts out, you've got, this slacker character, and he's smoking a lot of pot and just kind of, philosophizing about why it is that he does the things he does. And, he's talking to like a lizard out in the desert, and the lizard's his new buddy, and, all these sorts of things. And then something happens where he's in a spot where maybe he shouldn't be, and he witnesses 2 people that he thinks he knows that are in fact aliens. Like, uh-oh. And they think they spotted him, and they are now after him. And there's something going on in this town where there is some sort of alien invasion, or something is going on where aliens are inhabiting the people he knows. And we don't know who's who and who's what and what the deal is, but they're trying to get him, and he's trying to get loose. And I'm kind of trying to remember how this thing sort of ends here. It's the chase is on, and trying to stop the man who now knows. So I don't know exactly where it's going. They kind of jump us right in the middle of a snippet of something big, but I have faith in James Robinson. And I like J-Bone's artwork.
Awesome.
The Saviors. Good book.
My top pick is Avengers 24 Point Now, which proves that Marvel really doesn't understand what a decimal is.
No.
But who cares? Because this was a great comic.
When will then be now?
Marvel then.
Soon.
This is the first part of Rogue Planet, or it's Rogue Planet number 1. I don't know how this is playing out. This to me is an example of what makes comic books awesome. In 20 pages here, Jonathan Hickman tells a gigantic, massive story that's bigger than you can see in a movie like The Avengers.
Right.
We talk about special effects and stuff like that. What he did here is something you cannot make work in a movie. It's not about the budget. It's about kind of the amazing, incredible ideas and unreality that you can get when you're looking at pictures on a page. But basically in this story, this is, we finished up the first part of his setting things in motion with Infinity and with all of that. Now we're setting up something even bigger and kind of playing into some other subplots. Something or someone threw a planet at the Earth.
Okay.
Shot it from across space. And of course the Avengers, they have to fix it. That's what the Avengers do.
Yep.
Earth's in trouble, let's fix it. So they kind of find some way to merge it with the Earth or put it in like the same space or something. Save it. We may need this later. So Hickman there's time-traveling Iron Man from the future who shows up and says, just in time.
If Hickman's placing planetary gum under the school desk, he's going to use that later.
So it's like, this is just all this setting things in motion. I mean, that's what the Point Now books are intended to be, like the Point 1 books were.
Right. A jumping on point somewhere for you to start.
This is the beginning of something big happening, and stuff that he laid in place before. This is kind of like the second act. Now we've got this planet of this, huge force of destruction tucked away in case we need it later.
All right.
Hickman, like he did on the Fantastic Four, he's telling a big, epic story. But I think this is going to be bigger. This is going to be more epic. The Fantastic Four was a family. So even though he told a pretty huge story, there was an intimacy to it. The Avengers is just a team of the best who do the impossible every day. And I can only imagine what he's got in mind with this. So I was blown away by this book. I was like, if Hickman can just keep this up, and I think he's going to top his run on the Fantastic Four, which is pretty impressive.
That would be quite a feat.
So, I mean, this is big, epic comic book storytelling, and he did it in 20 pages, which people really can't do very well anymore.
So if it's so big, you might not even notice there's only 7 books this week.
Yeah. Just read this one a couple of times because
then you're good.
And there's hints like the Iron Man that shows up from the future. There's little hints as to things going on in the Iron Man's. I won't say who it is because
okay.
But it shows up and goes, oh, what's the date? Oh, good, I'm here just in time before all the things go wrong. I made it. So yeah, this is just big. Of course, again, it's like I thought they weren't allowed to time travel anymore, but no, they'll break the universe and they'll pop in a new character. Maybe Miracle Man.
We know that's coming.
They're going to keep time traveling until Miracle Man shows up. But anyway, really, really great book, and I think the start of something big.
Cool. And now the only 2 books we didn't mention, which were things we did not read, but there are 2 other books that are hitting this week. There is Robotech Voltron and a Doctor Who special. Ooh, nice. And it's going to be like the last Matt Smith thing that they do.
Oh, yeah, because IDW has lost the license.
Have they? Okay.
Yeah, so they haven't said, I don't know who's got it yet.
Gotcha.
So just as Matt Smith is ending his run as the Doctor, ending it in the comic, and then the comic's going to go on to another company, but who knows?
Interesting. Well, again, make sure you stop out and check out your comics. They are available on Christmas Eve, and hopefully we'll get this thing posted in time for this to also be a reminder if we post this on Monday morning. Yeah. Charles Soule, Mike Costa, and Ryan Brown will be here on Monday the 23rd from 1 o'clock until they leave. Cool. So yeah, that'll be some cool stuff. Hopefully we get this posted before and this isn't old news. And that is your Week in Geek.